WIIFTBP.
Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off for work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Crescent moon, drops of cruising, old school music, old school to sing. Gotta make my way to you. Pull up on that ass like, ooh, I wanna take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the A to the B, everywhere. I'll take you downtown, girl. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown.
sure. I made sure to make sure, yeah, that my place yours. Yeah. 28th floor, yeah. I had 8 thoughts, yeah. All 8 yours, yeah. Cake for dessert, but I ate yours.
Take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the A, the Bay, everywhere, fly all over. Your last boy couldn't get what you asked for. Your last boy didn't even know. I'm gonna take you downtown, girl. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you down. 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 I'm gonna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Yeah. Ooh, baby, oh, darling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Your love must be some kind of drug, baby. 'Cause it just keeps on calling me. And I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving 'cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't get enough of your loving. I'm so addicted. Can't stop loving. I need you right now, baby. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. You're always on my mind, my mind, my mind, every day. It's been too long since I had you in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. See you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. Oh no, not for a minute, not for an hour. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted. Ooh. I need to check myself into some kind of rehab. 'Cause I need some help. Somebody help me, please. Please. Ooh. La 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 la. I need to testify this evening. Oh Lord, have you ever loved somebody so much that you just can't get them off your mind? Oh, I'm so addicted. Oh Lord, 'cause I can't stop loving you, my baby. Oh darling, I love you, I love you. This must be love. I've been overdosed on your loving. Can't stop loving you. I've done overdosed on my baby. So addicted to you. Without you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ooh, oh, I'm addicted.
WIIFTBP.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and I got my real co-host back in the building. It is Miss Ruthie Moore back in the building. What's going on, Ruthie Moore?
It's early than a mug.
You know what, though? Can I tell you what? This is the first time you've returned happily with a smile. Right? Like, so usually you come back and you be like,
Hey, just so you know, it was a process. I worked myself up to it because I remember you said that. So I put forth a conscious effort to not be so grumpy this morning.
You know what? Because you came in, I was expecting you to be like, you know how you got to be like nervous for the first like hour when you come back. You know, like when you on Monday. On Mondays though, you know, I'd be like for the first 30 minutes, I'd be like, oh Lord, hi Ruthie. You be like, shh, that shh is the ice melting.
Maze, I'm good. I told you I eased myself back into this early morning endeavor.
Well, look, we're gonna talk about it. See, Reese made fun. See, Ruthie, I was so excited. You are the first thing on. Like, I didn't even say hi to myself.
I'm going to save this page.
I'm like, man, because Ruthie is back. I was talking about it all last week. Like, she gonna be back. Because, you know, people be like, who you done pissed off this time? She ain't coming back. Nope. All right, y'all. So, look, I'm going to say what's up because, you know, this is the Mace Jackson show, but Ruthie Moore is back. So, look, we are doing our thing today every day from 6 to 9 a.m. I am your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host back because, you know, Todd has been demoted to my sometimes co-host. Like, I literally introduce him now as my sometimes co-host. You see? And then yesterday, so this is how Todd do. So yesterday we was all over at the gym. You know, we do our Sunday runs. The fellas getting together. And so as they were walking out, because I had to rush them out, right? And it's like, they be mad. Like, it's like the whole show, the whole time at the gym yesterday, I'm like, look, y'all, I got to push y'all out because my son is playing in Indiana and I got to get out. So y'all at 10 o'clock, so at 10:15, they're still sitting there talking. I'm like, okay, y'all, literally, I got to go. I got to get to Indiana. So as I'm talking, I said, all right, Todd, Ruthie will be back. Don't forget, Ruthie will be back tomorrow. He's like, oh, Mace, I forgot to tell you. I won't be in all week. Oh. Like, all week, dog? Like, literally, and if I wouldn't have said something, like, if I wouldn't have been late, I would have never known. He's like him, right? No, I probably wouldn't even got a text. He be back and forth with the Texases. So he said, yeah, I gotta drive Janine. So they had some car trouble, and so he's taking Janine. Which what can I say? But I'm like, just know that's your vacation time. Like, you know, that's your vacation time. No, Ruthie. He also told me and he slid it in there, but he was like, you know, he can't keep up. He's like, it's just too hard for him to work 2 jobs. Because he said, you know, he may be able to do like 3 days a week, which means we might need to find a 3-day-a-week person and put him in the 2-day-a-week slot. And then it means that we might have to do some auditioning.
For real this time.
Yeah, like for real. So you got to think about what qualities you're going to want in the third. Because now, like for real,
got some shoes,
like they go to and you got to move though. Like you got to sit over there.
I'm okay with that.
No, and then good. Because
I'm open to changes.
I think you look much better across the blue background with the stars in the back. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. The line over your shoulder is like he be getting cut off. You be getting the door. The person that got to sit there is the third chair. Got to get the door. They got to get the door.
Okay,
so I'm gonna write funny things on the side of the door. So like in the side of their thing, it's gonna be like,
That's extra petty.
They gonna be like, Dad, could you please get that on my shot? I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that is one of the hazing seats. I'm gonna tell you, Ruthie, DJ has so in case while you were gone, also Sonia Escobar notified us that she will be going to join the ranks of the PhD pursuants. So she is going to be Dr. Sonia Escobar.
Doctor.
She's going back to Oklahoma.
Ooh, the weather though.
No, it get cold in Oklahoma.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they get winter.
Oh, you might as well stay there, Sonia.
I think they gave her, but Sonia got the package down there.
She a scholar.
She not only is she a scholar, but she rich. Right?
So, a rich scholar.
You know, I'd be like, Sonia Escobar. Is that Escobar? If you ever seen her, Sonia be dressing back there even in the morning time?
Yes.
Like her pajamas be like, are those the new, do you have every color of the Kanye's? Like the Yeezys? Like the shoes and the slippers though?
Effortlessly though.
Yes. And it'd be like, no matter of fact.
Unless
right.
You know.
She just slide in.
Yeah.
Slide out. So that means, Ruthie, that we gotta sit down and have some team meetings because I know that you're not well, no, I think you probably be in the thing. I know you're not a big fan of hazing. But I think if anybody else gets in the slots, we gotta haze them. DJ gotta get. So let me tell you. So let me just tell you, DJ has assumed the spot So Sonia's last day is Thursday.
Okay.
So
congrats, DJ.
DJ is now the morning show man behind the wheel, but he also is developing this little bass, right? Oh, because you do DJ in the mornings and I do the traffic news and the weather. And so last week while you was gone, DJ and Todd bonded over an alpha moment.
Oh, good.
Yes, they did. It was tremendous, a Friday show. I mean, people went all the way. And then it just only made week Wednesdays just that greater. So now he's converted some of he broke 50, right, last week. I'm telling you, we got to watch DJ. DJ and Toya own something, and we got to, I told you, they're going to have to get their own chairs.
With my clothes on, too.
They're going to have to get their.
He said he kept them on.
Ruthie, I'm getting nervous. When people start getting close over the edge, they be wanting to do the breakers. So we got to get them there. We're going to start saying everybody got to have their own chairs, right? Like, you got to, we got to wrap them in plastic. Huh?
I can see people wheeling their chairs.
They sure would. And then on Wednesday nights, between Krista Critic in the zone, and then you wind up with, I'm just telling you, they had a professional dater on last week. Professional dater. I'm still scared to go back. I just know this. I know it's clearly off the chain because I woke up to the comments and my alerts were going off at like 4 o'clock in the morning. People still was talking about it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Let me tell you, though, DJ.
Sparking convo.
DJ is, and then I'm going to tell you the other thing. So, DJ done spoiled people around here. So, I leave, DJ got the joint on Sundays, right? And he get there, everybody walk in, they get their thing, you better sit on that. Like, they all got their whole late routine down, right? Like, everybody 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but they be ready, they be gone. Mm-hmm. So, yesterday, DJ was on break, and so Leron was handling the business. And Leron, first of all, shout out to Leron for being here for filling in on Friday morning, because Leron does not like the morning. But let me just tell you, every single person on Sunday called like, DJ's not here. And I was like, DJ does not make the internet happen here, right? Like, if the internet is down, DJ can't make it magically appear. He ain't Comcast. He spoils the people. And so it's like Maze, usually when DJ is here, everything works. Look, dog, don't play me.
He good at his job.
Yes. And so he rapidly, when asked to assume the spot of the morning show board op, he was like, how big is my contract? No, he was like, he jumped on and has taken the responsibility. Last week, DJ slept in the car because he got booted after WeCo Wednesday. They was having a conversation, and he got booted during the conversation. I came in, and I was a little nervous. You know how them times you pull up and it be cars, and you be like, hold on. So I went on in the joint. Little did I know DJ was sleeping in the car because he didn't want to be late. Ruthie, I think I might have took him off the Hayes list. Like, he got to skip the morning show Hayes. But whoever else gets in the spot, they gotta, can we please, Ruthie, I know you don't like Hayes, can we please make them bring us donuts and coffee or something?
Well,
come on.
I'm with some coffee and donuts.
All right, no paddles, but at least.
Coffee and donuts.
Coffee, donuts, they got to get here early. They got to learn how to turn on all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you came in today like, hey, yo, it look like some handing out the scripts. The new spot.
That's easy.
You think so?
It's easy, and if you're unwilling to do it, then you right. You shouldn't be sitting over there.
Because I'm gonna tell you, there's a slot over there. This right here, what you do in the mornings, it's interesting because it'll beat you down, but the people will show you the love. Because can I tell you what? Did you know that they opened a new Solo beauty supply?
Yes.
And Ruthie,
it ain't Solo no more.
It's so not.
Show no.
She can't even call it Solo beauty supply. She gotta call it Duo.
Dolo.
Nah, that's still Solo. Dolo is still.
How oxymoronic.
Oh, but what if she called it Solo? I mean Solo, then Dolo, then No Mo, then I don't know. But shout out. So let me just tell you though. The people will show you some love when they see you. Mm-hmm. COVID or not. I'm just saying.
Wait, what?
COVID and
What is that?
You know, because the COVID strain.
COVID. Okay,
So I got to keep my distance, put my mask on. But we went to the Solo. We broadcasted live from Solo Beauty Supply, and can I tell you, it was a steady stream of people, and it just did not stop. And everybody was showing love. It was shout out to Nidra. Shout out to
everybody.
And then she was like, they was like, Big John Austin was like, man, we was here till 9 o'clock in the night, putting up shit, working. No, they was working. They was helping put it to get it ready to get it cracking.
Ah, okay.
Man, I just gotta tell y'all, it was shout out to Ro Davis for connecting the dots. The Asians left after the uprisings, and it created an opportunity that Nidra was able to take advantage of. So I think that's something that we need to look at. Like, we need to be reclaiming our lands.
Agreed.
Right? All right, it is the Maze Jackson Show. So Maze Jackson, Ruthie Moore, DJ Reese the Ruler, and we are getting ready to open up the floor for auditions for a 3-day-a-week spot on the Maze Jackson Show, because Todd is getting 2 days. Because, you know, because here go the thing. He say 3, and then, you know, he going to call off one of the 3.
No, he will.
So we going to put him on the Tuesday, Thursday schedule. So we going to need us a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But you got to get morning show hazed. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. So Maze and Ruthie and DJ. Did I tell you DJ said when y'all going to remix the song?
Oh, okay.
And then he said, change when you going to change the header. I was like, dog. Slow down, cowboy.
You probably said, well, you send me some samples. That's what you got to say. Send me a few samples.
Good. This is my good side right here.
But we are going to have a beginning of the year photo shoot, because I think we at the space now I'm ready to put some billboards up. So we going to have a little fun today. We going to be extra famous in Chicago. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Reese, let's get this thing up to 60,000 feet. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We are ready to take this thing all the way. Well, maybe we're not. We're probably still, I think we're gassing up. We're getting on the runway. Look, Reese, he looking for the button. He like, where my glasses at? Where my glasses at? Where my glasses?
Come on, this gas.
You got your glasses? Look, we ready to go, man. Look, Joe.
You might need to switch to solar or battery or something.
Well, I was
these fuel prices made.
Hey, Ruthie, I was actually pricing. Did you know private jet travel is dropping rapid? Pricing is dropping rapidly.
Really?
If you was on the East Coast, on the West Coast, you could really almost fly private for the cost of coach. Oh, wow. I got some great programs. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show, so we are going to get this thing to 60,000 feet. Let's get it up, 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 and away. Very shortly, the WBGX audience will be joining us. So, Ruthie Moore, I'm going to talk about just a couple of these headlines. How about, let me tell you, I had a great weekend. Did y'all know that they shot a series here, Love Goes? So this weekend, I was running like a madman, and so, Ruthie, did I tell you? I didn't tell you. It's a lot going on. So,
what's popping?
So, first of all, Friday night, I went to our favorite restaurant, Chicago Cut, where it was pretty dope because I was there to put the finishing touches on a television deal that I thought was going to be a few weeks, but it's actually they're going to be in town 35 weeks.
Whoa.
So, it's like almost half the year with Discovery Channel. So, it's pretty awesome. Sitting down, vibing with the director, and just trying to get a sense of what was going to be happening. So that happened on Friday night. So I was a little overserved on Saturday morning, but I had to be here at 7 o'clock because there was a young man that I met maybe 20 years ago who was in high school, who has now who I spoke to at a motivational speaker. I don't know if you know Val. I got Val. I can't remember the name, but anyway, I spoke to them when they were teenagers in high school, and he was like, one day I'm going to be a filmmaker and blah 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 blah. 20 years later, I get an inbox. Man, Maze, I've been watching you forever, and I just want to tell you, you really inspired me the day that you came over and talked about blah 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 blah, and I want to know if we can shoot our series, episode 26 of our series, Love Goes, at your studio. Sure. Okay. Wow. So, no, but hold on, because we had broken down on Friday because we knew we were going to be broadcasting at Nidra's at Solo Beauty Supply on Saturday. So I had taken the studio apart because it was getting ready to be mobile. So then it dawned on me that they were going to be here and they needed mics so I had to come back and put everything that I had taken down and put it all back together and get it ready before they get. So when I get here, and you know how people be telling you they're going to shoot a movie or something, and you like when black people tell you, you be like, okay, all right, so I'll pull up on the block. It's like 5 Audi trucks, like 4 Benzes, like it's like, I'm like, what y'all trying to have a car show on the block? I come in, it's like a real production. Like real movie, like directors, choppers, and everything. Like, cut, scene, X, Y, Z. I'm talking about, look, they come in, they clear out the table, put the snacks down. I'm like.
What kind of snacks they have?
Healthy stuff.
Oh, you know that was a real movie.
Like, I'm like, they had almonds. And so I'm sitting here saying to myself, dang, Shorty, Marie. Like, I thought I was doing, I think I'm doing Shorty a favor. Shorty, like, no, I'm putting you on.
Oh.
Like, and he didn't, but he was very much like Maze, man, and when he introduced me, it's like, man, when I was a little kid and I was like, damn, they making me feel real old. But then they're like, hey, yo, you want to do some lines?
Some what?
Right. I'm like, I'm not that kind of guy. And they're like, no, lines in the movie script. So I'm like, yeah. Okay. So then it's like, then it turns out that the lead actor who is in the thing was like, hey, man, when I was in high school, we came to visit your studio and you were out. And he goes into this long story about when he was in the advertising industry at Burrell. He knew about me from something else, and he was like, it's an honor to be sitting across from you now. And I'm kind of like, dag, you making me feel real old, but real like, dag. So then I'm doing this whole movie joint, right, where I'm doing scripts and all that. And you know what? It looks like we got to take a quick break because Reese got to do news, traffic, and weather. He done got caught up in the story. But we got to get ready to do this. So we're going to play a quick song. We're going to welcome the WBGX audience. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my movie experience this weekend because it's really going down around here. You know what? God be acting up on y'all. Just so y'all know, he be like, you know what? And just in the nick of time. Look, we'll talk about it all when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We're gonna play a song. Then we're gonna hear Reese the Ruler with some traffic news and weather, and we'll be right back. Maze, Ruthie, and Reese.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, somebody, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, somebody, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:39 a.m. and I am Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland sports weather and traffic update. In sports, the Chicago White Sox avoid the sweep as they win 3-1 against the Milwaukee Brewers behind Lance Lynn. He goes 6 innings, only allowing 1 run, and gets his 10th win of the season. Cubs hosted the Diamondbacks at Wrigley, jumping to a quick 3-0 lead in the first and never looked back as they win 5-1. In traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 21 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare, 18 on the Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Circle, 29 minutes. From the Circle back out to Deerfield, 26 on the Eisenhower. Inbound from Thorndale to the Loop, 28 minutes back out. From the Loop to Thorndale, also 28. Stevenson inbound from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 34 minutes. Outbound, 32 minutes on the Bishop Ford. From I-80 inbound to the Dan Ryan, 35 minutes. Outbound 32. Sabo Lakeshore Drive inbound from 55th to Jackson, 8 minutes. Outbound to 55th, 7. Inbound from Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Outbound to Randolph, 7 minutes. On the Dan Ryan, 15 minutes to the Loop and 15 minutes to 95th. In today's weather, it is currently 72 and sunny. Expect a high of 90 and a low of 72. I'm Reese the Ruler, and that is your Chicagoland area sports weather and traffic. Now back to the Maze Jackson Show.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
People, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now of the politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host back in the building, Ruthie Moore. That's right, Ruthie Moore and DJ Reese the Ruler on the news, traffic, and weather. Hey, y'all, I forgot to put Reese up on the news, traffic, and weather. But that's okay, because we're going to be moving the, you're going to be on your own responsibility for that. But you know you better make sure you stay on my good side. We got big changes coming up. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze and Ruthie Mo. Ruthie, stop. Why you laughing at somebody? Why you laughing?
I'm laughing because if you get mad, you be taking the camera.
Oh yeah, I do. Like I do. I'm gonna tell you, if I get an attitude, I'm taking the camera, I'm turning everything. It's gonna be all. You don't get no more camera time. You be like, oh, you can tell when I got an attitude for real. So nah, actually, I'm giving Reese camera time now because he is actually part of the team. So you gotta give him some camera time, let him get his shine on, so that when people be calling saying, "Where's Reese at?" They be like, "Oh, he be like, all right, there. It's DJ Reese the Ruler, all the news, traffic, and the weather." But you know, I'm gonna tell you, I try to get everybody to get their shine on the show, like so you can get your own fan base, so that you can one day eventually do something. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I'm trying to get Reese and Toy to actually do their show live from TP, right? Like could you imagine that live after dark? Like we turn the lights down, they got the spotlights on the stage, and they doing they whole. Meanwhile, it's jingling.
In person, people gonna be acting up.
Yeah, but see, I'm saying then you tell people they can come how they want, they could dress how they want, and then it'd be like, what's the name of that? Remember is it The Price is Right, where everybody come dressed like a fool? That's the other one.
I know what you're talking about.
But you come and you be dressed up in a different kind of way, and then can you imagine that they show live? I'm just telling you.
Ooh.
It'll be out the chain. People be like, I'm coming. I'm going to be there, and they going to be wearing they skivvies and everything.
Not
they skivvies, That's old school.
Skivvies.
Yeah, skivvies. You know what skivvies are, right?
Underwear?
Yep.
Draws.
Yeah, draw. I was waiting. Draws. See, look at that comedic timing. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze and no Sonia, no Todd, just Ruthie and Reese. So check this out. Ruthie, I was telling you, so this weekend, they shot the Love. It's called Love Goes. And then they made me do lines. And not lines like those kind of lines, but lines from the script.
Okay.
What's mine?
It's two of you. I know you like seeing you, but it's two of you right now.
Oh, I'm the best. I am so the best. Look, you like, look, Dad, Ruthie, that was your slot too.
It's all good.
Oh, they moved it. Oh, there you go right there.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I know. I love seeing me. It's pretty cool. All right. So anyway, they shot the series here, and I thought it was gonna be like like how black people would show up, and it'd be like one dude with a camera with his iPhone talk about hey, we shooting a movie, right? Whole setup. They took over the whole joint. They got wardrobe. They got Can I tell you something? Acting is pressure. It's pressure. Like.
Yeah.
Like when you could tell a good movie versus a janky movie? Like, yeah, I was like, the actors was straight up. Like, I was over there like, are you serious, dude? And then it was like, no, he was really being serious. So I was kind of like making him laugh. So he was like, excuse me, I have to take, and they was getting all in character and stuff. And the girl who played Moni, she was like, they did the whole facial expression. I felt like, we acting for real, huh? Like, this ain't like the So anyway, that was off the chain. Then I leave, so I had to rebuild the whole studio, then re-break it back down and take it over to Solo Beauty Supply. Left from Solo Beauty Supply off the chain, there for till 2, from broadcasting live from 12 to 2. Me and Ty, Ryan faked me out, so I had to be the sound man and the I had to be the sound man and the cameraman. Reese, you know what we need to do though on the road? The extra road, we need to load in all of the key songs on the pads. So that if we ever do have to go out, like we could still do a whole show with just the pads and we don't have to bring all the other sounds. So let's think about doing that for the future. But anyway, left there, Ruthie had to go to Indiana because my son's playing AAU. Had fun watching them they got mollywopped all weekend. Oh no, they won the first game. Then they got mollywopped the rest of the weekend. Mollywopped. Oh, then had to come back home, take him to his mom's house, back to my crib. By the time I got back to my crib, I was just dead.
Done.
Like, cause I had left out the house at 7:00. I was like, can the week get back? Can we get back to the work week? Jesus.
These weekends
be work, man. And now we back in the AAU season and Lordy be. So
and school starting back soon.
Then we had 8:00 in the morning. Got the open gym run. Fellas, if you want to, I'm telling you, this open run is kind of fun. We trying to get like 10 on 10. We trying to get the squads lined up. We're going to start having breakfast the whole day. But y'all want to play basketball with us. It's a men's thing, Ruthie, so no, you can't play.
Can I watch? Can I come watch?
No, because that's when women come in and start watching, that's when it changes the dynamic. Well, that or people get embarrassed.
Y'all start showing out.
Right. Then then we're going to have broken hips and all type of stuff because Todd going to be trying to dunk.
I just watch it online.
Okay. Yep. And you know, once they know it's camera time too, then they be like, oh, like, dog, you wasn't hitting the ball no way. Shout out to my man, Brian Farrell.
Y'all need some refs.
Huh?
Y'all need some refs. Some referees.
Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna definitely do that. Look, shout out to everybody who came out yesterday. It was fun. Joe Wordlaw, I got pictures of him. He just laid out. It was like after he scored, he was like, I'm done. He had to lay out. We like, look, doc, ain't nobody, the people had to jump all over him. All right, then Ruthie. So did I see that Jamal Cole launched a congressional run? I think I saw that I didn't get an alert or a news story, but I want to check that out. If that's true, can somebody let me know? Jamal Cole running for Congress?
I
think he's running against Bobby Rush too, I believe.
I heard you say something like that before.
I would tell you this, that he's got a good start. I see him very much in the Barack Obama category where he is circumventing the political process. Remember that Barack went against Bobby Rush, but he got his butt kicked. I feel like he's been a lot of relationships. He's done built a lot of relationships, you know, the My Block, My Hood, My City. Mm-hmm. The Christmas lights, all of those things give him a base of operation. And you know all them people that's been volunteer will also be willing to work on this campaign. So pay attention to that campaign. I'm going to keep my eyes on it. You know what I mean?
Strong volunteer base.
Very strong and a diverse one at that.
Yep.
Did you see Garfield Park? Did you see the skating rink, Reese? You've been doubting it, but it was cracking on Madison and Pulaski. All the kids out there, people was loving it. Why you say? I'm wishing the best for it.
Oh, I'm wishing the best, but you know, it always starts like it's always good out west. I'm trying to tell you, it's always good, and I guarantee you something bad is gonna happen. It's a matter of time.
So Reese, I gotta pray against you. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bet against you. I'm gonna bet against you. I'm putting $100 on our people. 100 to your one. That I'm putting $100 to your $1 to your $1. That our people are going to make that a safe haven for our children. I'm betting on black.
Hey Ruthie, when you hear about the shooting on the skating rink, text me what you want for breakfast, all right?
I will.
You better not eat one lick back.
Oh, no, I don't want none of that blood money food.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You better not. I'll buy you breakfast when you want, but you better not eat one stitch of that. Look, I'm betting on the black folks, right? I mean, let me tell you, man. I just don't want to believe the word. When I saw the skates of the little girls skating because I was like, how they gonna skate on the concrete? But they got the concrete skates. They got like a whole little thing where the kids can go get your size and get out there. They done roped it off. They done painted it. I am praying for the best. Shout out to Alderman Jason Irvin. Shout out to the rolls in the concrete. That's what I see that as. A
That's-
rose
I-
that
yeah.
grew from the concrete.
I think that's what neighborhood and community transformation could look like. It's a start. You start with making the area non-accessible. And so if you see those types of elements coming around, it's already the proper cameras, the proper probably security right there. The charge is finna be upped because it's likely some type of protected zone. So you ain't serving nothing right up in there.
Mm-hmm. So, Reese, I'm gonna take you out. That's why you can't be on the camera, man, because you betting against the black people, man. We own it. All right, go on. Stop telling me I'm mad at Reese now. All right, did y'all see the Isley brothers, Cross Point Park? Cross Point Park done started juking. They had backed that thing up 2 weeks ago. Now they got the Isley brothers. First of all, shout out to my girl Rita Lee. Apparently, she put that on. She is doing her thing. She started doing those parking lot parties during COVID. Now she done flipped the park and turned it into a concert venue. If y'all went out to go see the Isley brothers and had a good time, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know who all went, who all heard about it. What did y'all think? I was just tired. Then did y'all see it was black folks done not invaded. Black folks had their own version of the Chicago scene boat. Ruth, I know you know about Scene Weekend, right?
The boat thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think me and you talked about it.
Did we talk about? I thought you
And
kicked
you
it
said
on.
you was there before.
Yeah, I used to have a boat, right? And then I stopped. I got rid of it, but all the black folks kicked it too for the Chicago Scene Weekend. That was pretty dope. It was dope to see the pictures. It was dope to see all the black folks on the boat. You know what? I feel like Carrie was looking at me like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "You." First of all, I couldn't add one more thing to the weekend. That's all right though, y'all. We gonna have our own boat party. I got friends with boats.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, it'd be funny because when the black people who got big boats see my friends with their boats, they be like, what, because black people look at you like when you come to the boat joint, like what kind of boat you got? How many feet is it? Right? Then when you get on the boat we be getting on, they be like, who boat is that? Then I'd be like, how many feet is yours again? Pull up next to it. Nah. We can't fit in the dock, so don't even act like that. Look, we gonna have us a What's In It for the Black People boat party. We gonna go kick it. Ruthie, I saw them boats though you was talking about on the river.
That you can.
I see. Don't you want all the black people to know about it? Isn't that a great thing? There's boats. You could own Chicago. Look, Reese, I already love it. Look, you can get golf cart boats on the Chicago River. And I saw people, and they got little paddle boats too. Like where you could be, like people's out there kicking it.
Did they have their music on?
They was kicking it on the boats this weekend. I was like, oh yeah, we go.
It's very affordable too.
Yeah, I'm saying, but what I want to do is I want to do like a 20-person boat party. Like I do, like everybody from WIIFTBP come and bring like your significant other or whatever, and we just go kick it real quick out. I don't even really got to go too far out on the lake. I really would just like to do it on the river. Actually.
You still want to see the shoreline.
I just want to be, you know what? There's nothing really fun to me about the lake unless you're in the playpen and there's a bunch of people there, right? To me, the fun of being on the boat is actually the aesthetics, being to have music and drinking.
What about the serenity of isolation?
On Lake Michigan?
That's not fun to you?
No.
No.
It's
not. Ain't that the point of having a boat, like getting away from people?
No, it's not. It's not. That's definitely not the point for black people. The point of a boat for black people is to have more people. What are you talking about? Like, I'm telling you, if you go to the boat dock, most people who have boats on the boat dock don't never take the boat off the dock. They just stay and sleep at the dock, kick it at the dock, eat, drink, party. And if you say you got a boat, let me just tell you, I'm here to tell you. Not that I know about this, but if you say you have a boat, no one is telling you no, they're not coming. They're not. And the moment that they get on the boat, if the boat leaves the shore, it's almost like Las Vegas. It really is. It really is. Once, it's something about black women and a dude with a boat. I'm just telling.
No.
Yes, 100%.
No.
100%. 100%. 100%. Like the most, you see the most. I saw the most. You see the most.
What? This ain't got nothing to do with no black women.
Extra to do.
Everybody like boats. Black men like boats. Y'all be listening. You want to
Black
go?
men like boats.
You want to go fishing?
Black
man?
men like boats because of black women.
No, y'all be going on boats by yourselves, kicking it.
Deep sea. If you're going deep sea fishing, yes. But the
in air quotes.
There's deep sea fishing and there's deep sea fishing. But I'm just saying, like, be for real. The reason black dudes get boats is because black women are attracted to black.
What?
It's a whole, yes, they do.
You know what? Black women are attracted to a lot of things. Boats might just be one of the things.
I agree, but there's a
And
niche.
see,
There's a niche.
That's when you got to start asking,
There's
how
a
many
niche.
feet is it? How big is it?
Right. Exactly though. Well, no, I'm gonna tell you, they don't. No, you only.
You ain't finna be in no
The
kayak.
dude will ask that because then it becomes a contest. For the women, you say you got a boat, they be like,
no,
is it a rowboat? They don't care what kind.
What
You don't know
kind?
the difference. So if I say a 28.5 Sea Ray versus a 32 C, what you gonna say?
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna ask Siri.
And Siri gonna say, girl, go with the 32.5.
Oh, you saw Siri just went off. You heard that? That's
You are
crazy.
with a baller.
I'm telling you, right. 28 feet, girl, stay on the shore. He's got a 60-footer. Get married.
I need to update my Siri then.
I'm telling you. I'm
need
just
to do
telling
an
you though.
update.
You know, now just stop it. Y'all know. You know that if you pull out the boat,
no.
Ruthie.
No, okay.
Let me just ask you a question.
Do you own it? You done financed it?
You ain't asking none of that.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Ruthie, Ruthie, let me ask you a question. Just this minute. How often do you wear a bikini?
If I'm on vacation.
Okay. So if you got invited on a boat to go out, would you wear a bikini?
We going swimming?
No, you're going on the boat. You can do whatever you want on the boat.
Yeah, maybe.
See, exactly.
It depends on what we doing.
If you don't say what are the activities on the boat,
Yes,
you say
yes, I would.
You gonna be like, is it food? Is it drinks? All right, is Gary coming? Did Gary make the food and the drinks? I'll be there. And okay, I'm just telling you, even the most mundane people, once they go to the boat space, they have a different perspective. I'm just telling you. And Lord have mercy, Jesus don't. And the age really makes a difference because it's two types. It's funny. You got the.
You never been on a boat, Ruthie, with like a group of people?
Yes, but it ain't.
It was a regular boat.
It was fun. I mean,
no, I'm talking about a boat. Now I'm talking about like a Lake Michigan private boat that somebody else had that they own. Not the paddle boats on the not the paddle boats on the lake. Not riding on the Odyssey 2000. I'm talking about
yes, one time.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you wear a bikini on that boat?
No, it was docked. We didn't do anything. And I'm like, why we just sitting out here? Why?
Because quite frankly, you really 90 if you
Why?
Were you invited by yourself or you were invited with a group of girls?
Ooh, that makes a difference.
Tell me, were you invited by yourself or were you invited with a group of girls?
Myself.
Oh, because he
it was business. It was business.
You thought it was business. No. He was like, I got this boat. Meet me on the boat.
Business.
Ruthie, right? He was trying to get some business.
It was business. I'm telling you,
Ruthie.
It's just
Ruthie.
not that appealing. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we?
So that's why did he invite you back?
No.
There it is. And there you have it.
Probably wasn't even his boat anyway.
see how you doing? You're definitely. That's why you don't get invited to the boats, right? I'm just telling you. I don't know how we got on this, but because I think I saw more dignified women in bikinis talking about some. Hey, this weekend.
It was hot.
I got you, and they was on a boat. Eric, you can go inside. If you hot, you can go inside. It was hot. They was on the boat, and that's just what happened. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We ain't talked about nothing on this paper as of yet, so we're gonna get to that when we come back. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Ruthie, and Reese will be back.
WIIFTBP.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys,
TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one.
Got a couple of them. Got
two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord.
I got one. Something better. I got 5 reasons.
5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around.
Turn it around. He woke me up this morning.
Oh. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Go
number
ahead.
4?
He woke me up this morning.
Come on, number 3. Come.
He woke me up.
Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you, but one of them 5s will get you. What's the second one?
He woke me up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
And the number 1 reason.
Number 1. Final answer.
He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:04 a.m. and I am Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. The Chicago White Sox avoid the sweep as they win 3-1 against the Milwaukee Brewers behind Lance Lynn. He pitched 6 innings, only allowing 1 run, and recorded his 10th win of the season. Cubs host the Diamondbacks at Wrigley, jumping into a quick 3-0 lead in the first inning, and never look back as they win 5-1. Now on the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 28 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare, 18. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 32 minutes. Outbound Exchange to Deerfield, 26. On the Eisenhower, inbound from Thorndale to the Loop, 40 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 28. Stevenson from I-355 to Dan Ryan, 48 minutes. Back out, 32. Bishop Ford from I-80 inbound to the Dan Ryan, 35 minutes. Back out is 28 minutes. DeSable, Lakeshore Drive, inbound from 55th to Jackson, 8 minutes. Outbound to 55th, 7. Inbound to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Back out to Randolph, 7 minutes. On the Dan Ryan, it is 17 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. Today's weather, it is currently 73 degrees and sunny. Expect a high of 90 and a low of 72. I'm Reese the Ruler. Now here's Dante with What About My Love?
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten us. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, yeah, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. 'Cause I need you and you need me. I know we can be happy. Just wait and see. Baby, won't you change your mind? I'll do better if you change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shake, yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Baby, won't you change your mind? Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no, I've been hoping, baby. I've been praying, baby. Yes, I have. Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no. I've been hoping, baby. Yeah. I've been praying down on my knees, praying that you change your mind. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'll do better if you change your mind.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. Enough to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Got to say what's up to DJ Reese the Ruler, who is giving you the news, traffic, and weather. You're doing a good job. Shout out to Todd Stroger, who is playing chauffeur this week. Not playing chauffeur. He plays radio host. He's a chauffeur in real life.
Shade.
No shade to Todd. Plenty shade to Todd. Cause Todd be throwing jabs low key. And yesterday he won a game of 21.
He won?
Oh, he won a game of 21 and he was talking smack. Smidak. Oh, take that. Yeah, sometimes my game gets on. All right, y'all. I know we just spent the whole show talking about boats and bodies and all of that stuff, but it was just fun. Sometimes in my life, I don't have to be always like, do I have to always be mad and black? Can I smile? Or is it part of our DNA now that we got to be mad all the time? Are you mad, Ruthie? No, Ruthie, you look like well-rested and you like.
I got a tan.
You got a tan? My tan is peeling. Look at my hands are just coming off.
Oh my goodness!
I took a couple. I peeled off a shade though.
Oh, okay.
I need some exfoliation. I gotta get some.
You got a nice tan.
Oh, man, I got crazy.
Did you get sunburned?
No, I don't believe in my blackness getting sunburned. However, my skin did get tight. My skin did get tight just a little bit, but it was all good. I splashed a little water on it and be like, psst. It was great though. Who got it in? You know who just gets the president? She go outside for an hour. It'd be like, what? Did you go to Africa? It's like it is. She had the Bo Derek with the braids going on. So just like she went outside and like within an hour she was about my color. Ooh. I'm telling you, she could go on vacation for a day and be as dark as it take people to be if she get the sun. All right, look, I'm gonna move on because I don't want y'all stop worrying about how she got sun. Stop it. I know that I'm talking to y'all. Yep, all y'all. Okay. All right, it's time for I'm gonna talk about some business. What's the matter, Reese? You like? Could you do the show now, please? Reese around here Reese around here. Reese trying to direct the show, a whole type of thing. We skipped over the social media question of the day, which is how do we maximize our black political power? But I'm gonna push that to 8:30. What I want to talk about now is our safety, our city. Ruthie, what would you say if I told you that it's about a year ago that the mayor announced that. Remember when they said they was going to flood the zone?
Mm-hmm.
Remember they were going to flood the zone with city services, with violence prevention, with everything to ensure that there was a holistic approach to crime and to stop the shootings that have been on a steady rise. What would you say if I told you that in West Pullman, shootings are up 566%? What would you say if I told you in North Lawndale, shootings were up 201%? What would you say if I told you, I didn't even know it was a South Lawndale, that shootings were up 160%? Or that in Chatham, shootings were up 116%? What would you say if I told you that 9 out of the 15 areas that the mayor said she was going to flood the zone with, violent crime had gone up and the shootings had gone up? Ruthie, I think that the downward slope for the mayor, I think she's on a slippery slide slope, and I don't think she knows how to get off this train. She has invested over $36 million in violence prevention, only for it to go up. I was reading in the paper, and even the people that have been involved on her team, on her task force, are now lambasting her for how she's handled the money. Ruthie, violence is up. Confidence is down. Do you think that this investment in anti-violence is a correct investment? And then I'm gonna point out a couple things that I have some new friends in anti-violence and some older friends in anti-violence and some people that I do and I don't, and I want to challenge the norm while still respecting what they do. Ruthie, talk to me about what is going on with the mayor in this crime. 567% in West Pullman. What's so funny though is that crime is down in Roseland. I want you to tell me your thoughts on what's happening first of all, and then I'm gonna tell you some things that I've paid attention to or noticed.
I mean, I think part of it, a lot of it, when we talk about how are the dollars being allocated, we know that violence prevention dollars have gone to a certain type of group for a long time, and I think the strategy is off. I think the violence prevention strategy is off. I think a lot of the violence prevention strategies are of yesteryear, and I think updated violence prevention strategies are necessary. So I don't know if the money, I think we have to reimagine what violence prevention looks like, because by the time we throw money at it, that's like you might as well just be throwing water in Lake Michigan. You could probably put that money on something else.
That's interesting that you say that the model is outdated. So one of the things that we see is a tremendous amount of money going towards outreach, direct outreach. But again, the question becomes, if you have that established old school organization. Well, first of all, how about this? Metropolitan Family Services received approximately $9 million to distribute to over 36 community organizations. So let's start by saying that they probably have overseers of the money, right? And those overseers of the money then are determining who gets the allocation. So you know what a fiscal agent is, right? Does everybody know what a fiscal agent is? A fiscal agent is, we want to give your organization money to do work, but we don't trust you to manage the money properly. So we're going to hire a person who will make sure you get paid, but also make sure that you get your paperwork done right so that you don't mess up your grant. But essentially, those people are in control of the organizations. They become kind of like the people that everybody reports to. So when you think about, say for instance, most of the bigger organizations are not led by black people, but they fund the black people on the ground. So all of our people are reporting to someone else. But I want to challenge something else, throw something else out at you, Ruthie. Yeah, I was reading this story in the Sun-Times They said that $36 million went to violence prevention. I remember hearing, what's his name? Michael Rodriguez.
Okay.
Remember 22nd Ward Alderman saying that they had gotten like X number of millions of dollars and they had planned to get extra hundreds of millions of dollars or up. They planned to double that by the fall. So again, doubling down on violence prevention money. Mm-hmm. $36 million last year went to violence prevention organizations, even as we see exponential growth in violent crime. The challenge for me is that there's two things I see. One, violence prevention is becoming an industry in the marketplace.
Yes.
So hear me when I say this. Violence prevention, $36 million went to the violence prevention outreach programs. No shade to anybody like that, but that's more new money for a business than there is for coding. That's more money there is for a business than it is lawn care services. That's more money than it is for any number of services that we could also be investing in. Now, it then says that if that's where the money goes, then that's where the focus goes, right? And so now, instead of, I'm going to tell you what. In our violence prevention community are some of the smartest black people that could be the smartest black businessmen running black businesses, employing people. Mm-hmm. Because they have identified the growth area in our communities and business being in this arena of social services, but violence prevention, you now have people who could ordinarily be growing and building black businesses. If you gave some of the same people now $36 million and they were investing in black business and taking the same energy and employing the same amount of people doing growing businesses that eventually would detach from the government and essentially become self-sustaining businesses, these brothers could be multimillionaires. Instead, what they are doing is continuing to create social service millionaires and at the same time creating beef among black folks because they're now fighting each other for the violence prevention dollars instead of creating more opportunity to grow their businesses. The business in our community has become violence prevention. But even at another level, we don't even control that business because we have fiscal agents that determine who gets money. And because those fiscal agents aren't from our community, they then create and exacerbate beef between people who are looking to do business, but that business has become violence prevention.
And don't discount the power of grant writing, because if I have this huge organization that's my fiscal agent, then my grant looks way more appealing to some of these, government organizations that I'm applying for this money for, because that organization has the quote unquote knowledge to be able to, so
make sure that the white folks' money gets spent right.
So it bolsters the applications that they need for a lot of this funding.
And so thus creating a cycle in which even our pain, death, and murder becomes profitable. See, it was funny. I was talking to I've been watching a new friend associate in his operations as he's looking to grow and expand the ability of what he has, his capabilities. And even as I watch him move, I say, man, this brother would be, if he took 1/10 of the time and energy that he puts against this violence prevention and put it towards growing a business and had the same access to resources to grow a business as he does to do violence prevention, he wouldn't think twice about violence prevention doing it again. And he probably would employ way more people and do a lot more. But because violence prevention has become the way to grow in business for black people and not independently, because again, you got white folks walking around cherry picking because they hope to be able to control something that they really can't control based on what you said in the old model. Now, does any of that make sense at all?
Absolutely. It's a vicious cycle that we in.
I need for us to think about this. Susan Lee, not Chicago, Asian American, ran the mayor's violence prevention for all of up until a little bit earlier this year when she resigned, as did most people. You got to ask yourself, how does Susan Lee, how do we justify knowing the unique background that Chicago has? How does an Asian from, I know Susan Lee is gone, how does she get $36 million and distribute that to violence prevention organizations? Who was the person that made the advising to say, this person grows, this person doesn't, this is who we're going to give it? These are the most effective organizations. So if this woman comes from Los Angeles, California, brought here by one of Chicago's great sons, Arnie Duncan.
It's about data.
But is that data being used to help us or to hurt us? Are they using the data? Like, because
the data is being leveraged to keep us in the cycle because we don't know how to do it. They don't let us do it. They don't let us control. We don't control the major institutions that have these,
like the crime lab.
We don't control these major institutions where a lot of these grants are coming from, because it's so many different levels and layers to this, because some of those major institutions be the ones that be administering those grants, those, you know what I'm saying? And so if you already know some of these large nonprofits have ties to a lot of these major universities, and you need to put them people's names on your stuff if you want your little small nonprofit to get some of this grant money that's coming down the pipeline. Everybody eating off of this from the highest levels. And it's about data. How well can you write these grants?
I'm going to talk to y'all because I noticed something about where these violent spikes were, like the biggest violent spikes. And it's an interesting thought I had, or something that I want to compare them to when we come back. It is the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we got some news, traffic, weather, plus we got a song. Maybe we play some Steve Stonehuff, and then we'll be back after that.
WIIFTBP.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crashed system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Peace, everybody out there. What's going on? This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner, Terrence Tomlin, a.k.a. T-Tom the Great, out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
I'm blessed.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
You got an inspirational word for today?
Oh, man, I'll be honored. Giving honor to God. Hey, man, on Sunday morning, it's early, so we got to give honor to God.
Yes, sir.
The good word for today is don't worry. Oftentimes in our life, in our walk, in our days, in our journeys, we find a way to just worry about so many things. And we just want to encourage you today that those worries is God's responsibility. It's God's responsibility, because at the end of the day, what we worry about, most times we can't handle.
Yes.
If we would agree together, we can't handle it. So we have to give it to God. That's his responsibility. And our job is to simply believe.
Yes.
Simply believe. Believe. When we believe, the Bible says all things are possible.
Come on through here.
I believe that alone. I feel my seat already.
You feel it?
Coming.
So be anxious for nothing. Even the Bible says don't worry about anything in Matthew 6:33. It says don't worry about anything, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these other things be added unto you. So we're here to encourage you.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:36 a.m. and I am Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, weather, and traffic update. In sports, the White Sox beat the Milwaukee Brewers 3-1 as Lynn gets his 10th win of the season. The Chicago Cubs hosted the Diamondbacks, jumped off to an early lead as they win 5-1. In traffic, the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop 30 minutes, outbound to O'Hare 24 on the Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange 34 minutes, outbound from the Exchange to Deerfield 30 minutes. Eisenhower inbound from Thorndale to the Loop 53 minutes, back out to Thorndale 37. Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan 54 minutes, back out will be 30. Bishop Ford from I-80 inbound to Dan Ryan 36, back out 28 minutes. DeSable Lakeshore Drive inbound from 55th to Jackson 8 minutes, back out to 55th will be also 8 minutes. From downtown to Bryn Mawr 8 minutes as well. Outbound from there to Randolph 7 minutes. On the Dan Ryan it's 17 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. Today's weather, it is currently 73 and sunny. Today we expect a high of 90 and a low of 72. I'm Reese the Ruler. Now here's Steve Huff with Throwback.
Let's reminisce, yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back To the day that we first met, let's throw back. I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach? Playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets. And now we're taking flights from London to Belize. And we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah. To the day that we first met, let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna throw back. Oh, come on now. We were making love to the first time we let's reminisce of the whip. Making love.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. DJ Reese the Ruler on the ones and twos. Hey, y'all, and I was just talking about this violence prevention. Ruthie, so you were gone last week when we talked about the fact that Chatham has now had 12 homes that sold over $300,000. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot if you're out west, because now everything is 4, 5, 6, everything is just creeping up super quick, right? Because the people who are in the West Loop, who were the first wave of West Loopers, who now have kids who are living in those high rises, well, they still love the convenience. They don't see the West Side the same way black folks see it. They see it as great housing stock. They see it as close proximity to downtown. They got transportation, public, and they got the expressway, right? And there's quality housing stock that they have the ability to go in and remodel. But I pointed out last week that that Chatham had homes going for $300,000, and what we also notice is it is also has one of the 5 highest, fastest growing shooting rates. So I always find it, I always think about when they talk about when the violence increases is when they're usually going to the areas. Remember, and I just need to point this out. So I then saw West Pullman was up 566%. Now, does West Pullman abut Roseland? Because if it does, it's kind of interesting that there's 2 stories going on, because West Pullman has got the highest violence, but Roseland is experiencing a boom, right? They just opened up those artist housing lofts. They got all of those new facilities, everything. Seems like that could be right prime time to clear out the land. Remember? We talked about the cop house and all of that good stuff. Then we see North Lawndale and South Lawndale, right? That are both experiencing exponential crime growth. But at the same time, those are the areas that we see white folks moving to, right? You drive through North Lawndale, South Lawndale, they're riding through there looking for places to live, etc. Those houses are rising quickly. The value of the houses are rising quickly, even as we see crime growing. Then again, Chatham, 116%. Y'all, when they tell us that there is a correlation between the violence and the crime, what's unique is they were saying that Roseland, West Inglewood, and I can't remember the other one, was the lowest crime rate. Right? Now, think about how we think about Inglewood. Remember how just 5 years ago, Inglewood was the most violent in every story and everything, and then we saw the Whole Foods, and now Inglewood is now a place where we see that black folks are moving out, the Asians buying the Latinos buying the big houses, and white folks looking over there. We just saw a $700 million affordable mixed income housing project go into West Inglewood at the same time that we see that area being split up by 5 aldermen. Right?
Yep.
Keep the power divided. so that one person gets control of it until you got the right people in place.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't want to hear me, though.
That's the play.
Y'all do not want to hear me, though. And I think what we've got to recognize is that so this is no shade to anybody, but y'all, we got to get off of these depreciating assets of institutions, right? Like, there's going to be think about this.
What you talking about? What you mean by that?
Well, I'm saying, like, violence prevention is what, I see a lot of competition for violence prevention dollars as compared to a lot of competition for black business ownership. And the business in the community, the fastest growing business in the community right now seems to be violence prevention, or at least the most vocal groups. Am I wrong? I mean, I see the violence prevention with all of the money and all of the grants and all of the people getting money for it and not getting money for it, and it creates more beef. But at the end of the day, what is the lasting institution after once they stop funding violence prevention? Because remember, Susan Lee was brought in to change the way we looked at violence prevention. She was coming from a non-traditional perspective. Now she's gone, and they've gone to John O'Malley, and O'Malley, or what's his name? John O'Malley? John O'Malley, and he is a former law enforcement person. So now don't expect that the violence prevention money, now is probably going to go to law enforcement. It's going from those outreach groups, right, to now back to who Susan Lee thought outreach groups were the way of spending that money. Now you've gone to John O'Malley, who is a old school law enforcement guy, a white Irish law enforcement guy. So now his idea of violence prevention is probably going to revolve around law enforcement, right? So you're seeing, because again, the mayor tried, y'all, right? She tried working with y'all and tried to do it, and everybody told her the violence prevention and give her these dollars and having relationships with these organizations would eventually, well, that didn't work, and now the city is off the chain in the murders and the violence. And the people she's trying to appeal to are not black. She's coming to use y'all as the backdrop, but the people she's trying to appeal to are the white folks. That's why she was fighting you on DuSable Drive. Because you ain't her constituency, even though you want to feel it. So now let me ask you a question, and this is just simple math. If where the money goes makes you more money, if there is more violence, there are more resources put towards that area. Meaning more people make money. So you see there is an interconnection between the violence and the funding. Now, that is not what I'm suggesting is someone benefits from this. I would argue that it's not the people on the ground that are actually out there trying to do the outreach. I would argue it's the person that makes $350,000 a year administering the funds. I would argue the person that gets a tax off of I would argue that a person that gets the administration fee off of every community group that they fund benefits from this. Now, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm used to doing business. But when the fastest growing business in our community is anti-violence, then you need violence for it to keep it growing.
You do. I think we also got to kind of look at, like, what type of violence are we trying to prevent? Like, what even is violence prevention for real, for real?
See, but can I take y'all another step? Can I? So, Ruthie, just last week I moved away from the premise of there not being So, can I tell you that we right now are becoming the mass shooting capital of the world? Might I say, and of this mass shooting, how many of these mass shootings have we caught anyone from? Right? So now, if I told you that a black SUV pulled up and created this chaos and shot these people, who wins from that? So, you remember I was saying, okay, so at first I was saying, could it be the Klan? Right? Could it be the people that have seen their businesses grow exponentially have an investment in this? See, and I say this because, and I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters, I'm saying that we don't solve any of these, and every time we have an unsolved mystery, there's more money to it. I would suggest that if I knew how to pad my stats, if I knew that if I push this button, I'm going to make this much more money, every kind of, ain't that like one of them laboratory rat experiences? Hit the button and you get more food. It keep hitting the button, you get more food. I hit the button and I get more funding. Somebody gets shot, we get more funding. I think everything should be on the table. And I'm not suggesting, and again, I'm saying that we saw that judges were sentencing black youth to jail for extended terms for profit. So you can't tell me what's not possible. All I'm suggesting is that in this fight to end this violence, everything should be on the table. We should be looking at everything. I just think that it's crazy to me that there is almost an incentive. The funding is an incentive. Right? Like, maybe your money should go down the more crime you have. Right? Like, so let's fund you, but if nothing changes, you go down. Right? And it comes out of the administration fees. Right? So if you pick this program and you fund it, then it comes out of the administration fees. So don't hurt the people on the ground. I'm not trying to hurt none of the brothers. But now you tell Metropolitan Family Services or whoever, or Ready or Cred or whoever, y'all got $50 million. We gave y'all $36 million. Y'all numbers went up. We cutting y'all by the same amount. We're cutting. What are you administering? What fees are you administering? There is no administration fee on yours, and you still got to keep doing it because you took the front end money. But I don't think that you can continue to reward you can't reward this type of performance because it only begets the same outcomes.
That's a good idea.
Uh-oh.
I just don't have confidence. I don't have confidence that they just won't manipulate the data to suit the gains. That's how you keep that money churning in.
Or you look at a different set. You look at a different number set to be like, okay, well, we're gonna say how many shootings did we prevent?
Exactly.
It could have been 2,000 if we wouldn't have done this.
I'm telling you, it's about using that data to substantiate the necessary funding. And I ain't gonna even knock the role of a fiscal agent.
I'm not, because I need a fiscal agent to get my money right. But
sometimes it's important.
I think though that it's not. So I think I don't think the concept of a fiscal agent is wrong. I think that it's the implementation of it that could be.
And it's the model. It's the way it's the way that they're used in this whole cycle that we in.
Look, yo, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I know y'all be getting mad at me for talking about this stuff, but I just think we got to look at, like, it's not a coincidence to me that all of the places that we're seeing the highest violence, there's people moving there. Like, in spite of, like, y'all didn't hear it was 20 people shot over here. White people like, what, shootings? The hell, this is a really nice building. Like, white people be immune to the shootings in the neighborhood, really. They be like,
I'm telling you.
I mean, it's because they know that
they got a force field,
and that 17th century architecture that's made with they see all of that.
Right? They be like,
know that
wait, y'all painted. Hold on.
Yep.
Did you paint over the natural wood? Did you see? Right?
This is original Chicago brick. Come on now, Maze. They already knowing. There are beautiful homes and things like that on the south and west side.
If you took off the paint. Because, when you don't have the money to do it the way it was, then you paint it. And so, like, it's funny when you start stripping stuff down. But the point here, y'all, is that the mayor has invested in our city. What is it? Our safety, our city. But it's her failure, quite frankly, in my estimation. Because, again, this is a Chicago led by a person who doesn't know a lot of Chicagoans or like a lot of Chicagoans. And so whenever, you know how they say when white folks catch a cold, we catch the flu? Mm-hmm. Let me read this to you again. Shootings, violent crime up in West Pullman, 566%. Think about that. Like 566%. North Lawndale, 201%. South Lawndale, 160%. Chatham, 116%. That is what's happening in Chicago, and that's the mayor's plan for violence reduction. And I'm just going to tell you, I don't know what David Brown's purpose is at this point. I mean, did y'all hear him on the press conference last week after the feds came and he said, well, I promised my communications director that I wasn't going to be the spokesperson for the White House. Dog, you preside over our city and you are the chief law enforcement officer at the highest murder rates we've had since forever. The federal government comes and that's what you give us? Last time you gave us a nursery rhyme.
He probably prepping for his next job.
If he gets hired from anybody again besides like Kmart security, I'm going to be a little upset. I'm saying like he has been complete. Like it's funny. They did a story about him about being one of the most respected cops in the country to now where he is now. That I know she must be paying him a lot of money to stay here because I can't understand for any reason. I think after the rumor weekend when they said he was quitting on Monday, that she was like, whatever you do, stay. You ain't got to answer no questions. Look, I will look like a complete fit. And some people still be saying, like, where's Eddie? I still think she played Eddie. Bogus, man. I mean, it was his last day. I mean, God. But, yeah. Man was about to leave the job. I don't know. All right, Ruthie. It's almost time for us to say goodbye to our WBGX audience, 1570 AM. Like, we want to thank you all for tuning in to us all the time. We are on every day, 6:30 to 8 o'clock on WBGX. That's 1570 AM. You can also catch us on the TuneIn app. Now, I want to let you all know that just because you are listening and we're going to go off of terrestrial radio, you can still catch us on the Maze Jackson page on Facebook. You can also go to the Maze Jackson channel on YouTube. Don't forget Twitch as well as Periscope. Ruthie?
Yes?
What are we going to do about your mayor? Is she still your mayor, though? No, you've been
I mean, I don't put all the violence at the mayor's feet. Like,
I don't, but I mean, $36 million to who went to? She gave out the $36 million. Should we just start a violence prevention? Because I had a better idea, but it seems like this makes more money. No, it don't.
I know it definitely makes more money.
It seems you know
what? They're gonna have to probably take this money and put it toward more workforce development. And maybe that
these people don't want no jobs. You ain't seen the internet say can't nobody work. Don't nobody want to come back to work. Y'all done got some child tax credits. Mugs be like, shoot, 250. What? How much money do you need to stay home a month? 2,000, 3,000. How much money do you need?
That's a nice amount.
But stay home, $2,000
to stay at home. No, I'm saying if we talking about a universal basic income. You know, I'm all for it.
But how much? I wonder how much money you need to stay home comfortably.
Depends on how much bills you got.
Okay, if you just had,
people work just to pay bills.
That's why that's what Uber is for. That's what you got an Uber and you use the side hustle for. That's what I be trying to tell people. We was talking the other day. I think you can't. I don't know if you can get ahead as a black person in America without something else. Right? Like without something else. Unless you're a part of the fortune. And I think those people that recognize that are usually the people that succeed. When they recognize that just doing what the white folks do or doing just enough ain't gonna never get me to do better. But I also wonder, what is doing better?
You know, I think we got to start looking more futuristic at a lot of these emerging industries. And so when I'm talking about workforce development, I'm talking about for the future industries that's coming out. So if we focus it on workforce development, then okay, is that now we can focus it either on the young people or we talking about families. But I think the focus, we got to reimagine violence prevention, because clearly it ain't. we on a slippery slope.
I think there is an underemphasis on education and more emphasis on outreach, and I think we gotta start thinking about that, because oftentimes, if you haven't been educated but you're out as the missionary on the street, you don't really know how to tell people a different way.
Outreach has its role though, but a lot of time that's retroactive.
Wholeheartedly agree. See, I think like it's almost like if you ain't never succeeded, it's hard to tell someone else how to succeed.
You know, something I think about on like a basic level is we know we've noticed a lot of young people committing crimes and who have had like interactions with the justice system. So my question always is what type of intervention could have been available to the family? Because if it's one child in the family that's off the rails like this, what about all the other kids that's in the family? And so I think if we really start to take those resources and flood them into some of these families that are having these early interactions with the juvenile justice system, the foster care system, social services, that to me, that would be a better strategy than reacting and trying to figure out how we can solve it afterwards.
I think in that space, you got to know that that's not a normal interaction. And sometimes we've had so many dysfunctional interactions that what is abnormal becomes normal. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we're going to talk about what's going on in Washington, D.C., because I got some things that I think we need to be paying attention to, y'all, because I think the Democrats are making some real crazy missteps that are going to backfire, and the people that are going to pay the price will be us as black folks. We'll talk about it all when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen, crash system. Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people. 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 For the black people.
Good morning, what's in it for the Black People Media family. The time is now 8:05 a.m. and I'm Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. The Chicago White Sox win 3-1 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Lance Lynn recorded his 6th win of the season, pitched 6 innings, 1 earned. The Chicago Cubs hosted the Diamondbacks at Wrigley, jumped to a quick 3-0 lead in the first inning and never looked back as they win 5-1. In traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 30 minutes. Accident on the Kennedy outbound to O'Hare is now 60 minutes. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 38 minutes. Back out from the Exchange to Deerfield, 39 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 53 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 42. Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 53 minutes. Back out, 36 minutes. Bishop Ford from I-80 inbound to the Dan Ryan, 36. Back out will be 28. To the Dan Ryan, 17 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. It is 72 and sunny. Today will be a high of 90 and a low of 72. Now back to Maze and Ruthie on the Maze Jackson Show.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie, and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve on.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my I got my real co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Ruthie, we got to start auditioning people to take Todd's 2-day-a-week spot, 3 days out of Todd's 5 days.
Who interested?
You think anybody really want to do that? You think his people want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock? You get up at 4:30, don't you?
It's somebody.
What time you get up?
What time I got to be here?
5:45. You get up at 5:45?
I got to be here at 6.
That's funny. All right, I get up at 4. It's funny because people be like,
4?
Yeah, I get up at 4. I'm out the door at 4:30 because Dunkin' doesn't open until 4:30, so I'm there when they open. They hand me my coffee, and then I'm here by 4:37.
Flicking on lights.
4:37, 4:40, something like that. Nervous if somebody's sitting outside. That's why last week when Reese was sleeping in the car, I wasn't looking in the car. I was like, I'm at the shoot in the car. If I was gonna look, I was gonna tap on the door with
get out.
I was gonna tap on it with a pistol and be like, "You okay in there? Y'all straight?
You all right?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know, last thing I want to do is open up, and go knock on somebody. I mind my business.
Yeah, that's real.
When the cars are rocking, don't come a knocking. Right?
What?
You ain't never heard that? When the vans are rocking, don't come a knocking.
I don't think so.
You know what that's about?
Probably doing it in the car.
Yes, in the car. Reese. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's talk about our Washington, D.C. update. Ruthie, did you see that Nancy Pelosi, so they have this January 6th commission, right? And Nancy Pelosi, so Kevin McCarthy, who's the leader in the House, actually, actually gave 5 members to the committee, submitted 5 names. For the Republicans. Nancy Pelosi rejected his people, and so he pulled all 5 of the members. Nancy Pelosi then handpicked her Republican members to be on this committee. So there's a lot that's twisted up in that, right? I feel like Nancy Pelosi. So first of all, do you think she's creating this thing called the Pelosi Republicans, in my estimation?
Ooh.
Right? They're going to get branded. So they're going to get branded. But first you've got Adam Kinzinger, who is currently a congressman from Illinois. He's from Shanahan. He's a former fighter pilot.
Didn't his family disown him with that letter?
Part of his family. His family from out of state.
Same person? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But they did disown him, but the out-of-state second cousins. Like,
okay.
Don't nobody even go visit second cousins half the time, no way, so be cool. But Adam Kinzinger is also a Republican from Illinois, which is a purple state, right? We elect blue, but if you go south of I-80, where Adam Kinzinger is from, he is it's pretty red. But the interesting thing is the reason that the Democrats are losing, that the Republicans lose in Illinois, is because of our support. Not our support, because of the northern Republicans in Cook County and the Collier counties. They do not support President Trump. And because it's overwhelmingly women, Adam Kinzinger has been anti-Trump, and he's got this national anti-Trump movement going on. But even though he's a Republican and Republicans are still embracing Trump. But for Kinzinger in Illinois, it works, right? Because Adam Kinzinger in Illinois, where DuPage County, Will County, Lake County, all of those, the Collier counties that were traditionally Republican, all went Democrat because of Donald Trump. So now Kinzinger in Illinois, being the anti-Trump Republican, does himself no favors in Congress, but does himself a lot of good locally. Now, also throw into the mix that Illinois is supposed to lose 1 congressional seat. Now, as they think about that, Adam Kinzinger is doing himself, he's playing a double bubble right now, right? By being one of Pelosi's Republicans, she probably can influence local Democrats not to remap Kinzinger out, right? And then take away another Republican seat, i.e. someone like a Rodney Davis, who also is from Illinois and has been selected, but stood down because Kevin McCarthy told him no. Because he's still maintaining loyalty to the Republican Party. Now, y'all are asking me, why are we having all these conversations? Because I think Trump, whether you like it or not, is still a factor. Maybe not in Illinois, but he is a factor nationally. And so Kinzinger You got to understand, Kinzinger staking out a place against Donald Trump hurts him nationally, but helps him locally, right? Because now Republicans would consider him a Pelosi Democrat. Now, if you haven't heard that term yet, know that you heard it here created.
Pelosi Democrat.
She's a Pelosi Republican. He's a Pelosi Republican, right? As is Liz Cheney. Now, Pelosi Republicans are going to be those people in the House that do not support Donald Trump. And if you look, they all usually come from a state that has Republicans, but that aren't subscribing to the Donald Trump philosophy. So, did I help y'all understand kind of why Adam Kinzinger is making strategic moves? He's hurting himself nationally, but he's also he's positioning himself as a hero amongst Democrats because he's a Republican who stands up to Trump. Now imagine coming back to Illinois, and I'm gonna tell y'all got to pay attention to this because Kinzinger's future is still in the air, but he has the ability to take that credibility and run locally for either governor or secretary of state.
Because he distanced himself right at the right time.
Exactly. Now imagine if you're J.B. Pritzker, who has lost to the downstate, can't stand. You got a mixed record here in the north, right? You're claiming COVID response as why you should be reelected. And then you have this white Air Force fighter pilot, downstate, from Shanahan, who has stood up to President Trump, but is a conservative Republican that has values. And you got JB probably has a real challenge on his hand. Now, if he was smart, he'd push Pelosi to protect his seat in Congress. But the problem with Pelosi protecting his seat in Congress is he will get nothing from the Republicans for being a Pelosi Republican.
I see what you're
So
saying.
imagine going back to Congress, having sided against the leader of the Republican Party in a contested election where the Republicans look like in the midterms they have the potential to come back. Now, if you're Kinzinger, you sided against the head of the House Republicans, you are going to get paid back. They're going to call you a traitor. They are going to throw you under the bus. They're going to strip you from your committees. So now your power in the Congress comes from being with Pelosi.
It's kind of like he betting his future, or he going to have to. He going to have to choose red or black.
Now, I think Patrick brought up that it gives him the opportunity to raise a boatload of funds. But again, you can have $3 million, but do you really want to go back to Congress as a pariah in your party?
How much power does that have, though?
What?
How much power do the Republicans have to brand somebody as person non grata?
Oh, they can do it all day.
They can do it, but does it have as much power as it once had? I don't think so.
I would say this. It depends. It doesn't until Kevin McCarthy assumes control of the Congress.
Okay, so that's
right?
that's the part. That's the betting part.
Right?
Okay.
Like right now, they don't get to pick anything. So all they can say is, "Nah, you can't come to lunch. Nah, you're not invited to the party. No, you can't come to you can't be in the club." But they can't really do anything to him. In the event that in the event that the Republicans take the House, though, he can be persona non grata, and the Speaker of the House, as we've learned, has almost infinite power within that realm. So in that universe, cuz you cut off. Like you get in the baby office, we moving you out the Capitol. You got to go walk 3 miles. No, you ain't got no security, right? All of those different things. So while the Republican, it's not the power to brand you in the world. That's not, a congressman in walking around the streets is a regular person. A congressman is in power for real when they're in Congress. When they are legislating, that is where their power is exercised. So we don't see how they can be hurt.
I don't know. I think sometimes it is the power of public opinion, though.
Now, if it was the power of public opinion.
That's why I feel like he jumped off the Trump train.
Well, I think the power of public opinion,
because he knew.
locally,
He knew. Yep.
but locally, right? So there's the local perspective, which is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not crazy. Like, he's opened up himself to a lot of opportunity, right? He could run for Secretary of State,
Mm-hmm.
make the same amount of money, not have to travel, and have the most jobs in the state. But at this point, if he gets the backing of Ken Griffin, right, who is the other counter billionaire, well, now you got a conservative values, white fighter pilot running in Illinois against a semi-popular governor who has 22 million, but Ken Griffin can dwarf. He's like 5 times the amount of wealth that J.B. Pritzker has. He doesn't have any interest in being governor, apparently, but he probably can make the next governor. And we saw this same thing happen. You know, I think sometimes we get so comfortable that we don't recognize that it was just 4 years ago that J.B. Pritzker, we had a Republican governor, in the same space, Bruce Rauner. Now, he was a much more of a jackass when it came to dealing with people and governing, because he wasn't a politician. He wanted to run it like corporate America. But here you have a Kinzinger who, put up Adam Kinzinger standing next to J.B. Pritzker, right? Who can compete on the national and the local issues, can compete on family values, and then at the same time, look at the look. You know how we always talk about wide, discipline. You got a military pilot, svelte, still going to fight on missions, all of that. Can you imagine JB having to run against a fighter pilot?
Got it.
With conservative values that stood up to President Trump even harder than J.B. Pritzker? Because he was right there. Yo, cuz, if I'm JB, I'm watching, I'm keeping a super tight eye. And how does Kinzinger survive in Congress, and how is he effective in Congress as a Pelosi Republican? What does he get from the Republican Party? Now, he's raised almost $3 million, but the Republicans already have 2 candidates to run against him, right? And it becomes one of those races where, do you see former President Trump coming to get involved? Now, he hasn't spoken. He's spoken out against Liz Cheney. He hasn't spoken out against Adam Kinzinger.
Probably don't want to give him no recognition.
That, or he don't want to give him no recognition, or he could essentially be like, man, go get Illinois and come on back home. You know, I'm the ultimate conspiracy.
I was gonna say, now that's a play right there.
I'm saying, like, man, could you imagine? So, yeah, I just think we got to pay attention to all of this, because I really think that I think one of the things that I think we've got to pay attention to is the whole board.
Yes.
I think the thing that we often do here, in especially in Cook County, is only look at one side of the board, right? As compared to saying, dang, what happens if the mix changes? Like J.B. Pritzker right now, and here's the challenge for us with Pritzker. He ain't got to address nothing that has not happened for black folks at all right now. I see it doing it too. I don't know what to tell it. We back. So I'm just telling you. That's because we telling too much truth today. We telling way too much truth. We see y'all, so y'all stick with us, because they going in and out. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Yeah. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So, Ruthie, I'm just telling you, I think this Adam Kinzinger thing is really something that we've got to watch and pay a significant amount of attention to.
I like when Illinois politics goes national.
Well, the last time it did, we had President Barack Obama.